Michigan. I'm Larry Nader with Mark McKenzie. We're going to be bringing you all the play-by-play action again this week as the Brownstown Bombers take on the Michigan Stars. And Mark, it's been kind of a rough stretch for the Bombers against the Stars so far this year.
Yeah, they let one slip away last Sunday with a 3-goal lead going into the third period and end up losing in overtime. Sounds like another Detroit area team last week. But the Bombers are playing better. Even though they didn't come away with 2 victories last weekend, they were 1 save in either game away from a victory, tying both games, giving up the tying goal late in both games. So things are getting a little better. I expect to see them come out and play well tonight.
And obviously a win tonight will go a long ways towards restoring a little bit of confidence to the team. And they have been very close most of the year. Only a couple games have they really been knocked out of. Right. And really need to see them try to figure out the combination that they need to take it to the next level now.
Right, we went through a stretch of losing 1-goal games. Now we've had a couple of ties, 3 ties in the last 4, and the next step is to start turning those ties into victories.
Okay, so we're ready to start the action. Referee Steve Tallman in the face-off circle at center ice. Puck drops and we're underway. Bombers take the puck center ice and just slap it in. Stars looking to come out of their own zone with the puck and out to center ice, and Ryan Langlois just slaps it back in for the Bombers. Stars now coming across center ice with the puck. Good job coming straight over the line with the shot. Just sending it a little bit wide though, Mike Crowley. Early in this game, I mean, obviously, as with most games, you got that short feeling out period, but these guys are pretty familiar with each other at this point, and I think that Bombers are going to want to get on the board as soon as they can and try to sustain their offense.
Right. It's important to get an early goal. A big help when you do get the early goal, and you're able to relax a little bit, although the way third periods have gone lately, there hasn't been any relaxation in the third periods for the Bombers.
So from the side, from behind the net, actually, it centered out front. Troop unable to knock it home. Stars with it, center ice, and they just send it in, and they finish their line change. Bombers looking to take it back up center ice, and long pass just a little bit too far. Chris Ryan. Stars with it now in their own zone. Roderick skates out the puck. Roderick Johnson, he skates it in zone all over the blue line. He takes the shot, and a pad save by West. Bombers just shoot it down the ice, and we're going to have an icing. Jared Frey goes back and touches up for the Stars, and I'll bring the puck back down to the Bombers zone. Austin West starting in his 6th game this season, and he's actually figuring in the top 10 among the goalies. He's right about the middle. I think he's number 6.
Yeah, he's been very, very solid. Not really spectacular, but been very solid in goal for the Bombers so far.
Stars firing it back in. Adam Jakubowski just plays it off the boards to Sam Dismuke. Dismuke with the puck now, trying to skate it. He sends it across to Marasco. Marasco fires it in a little bit too long for any Ford. He catches it off the boards, and almost a good opportunity there for Ford to try to get something going. Jakubowski sends it out in front. Bounces all the way back out the neutral zone now. Ryan Crawford shoots it back in, and the Bombers finish up their line change now. Nice job by Aaron Jakubowski to intercept that clearing pass. Doesn't transpose into anything though, and the Stars will shoot it back down the ice, and we're going to have an icing the other way.
I'll get some good back and forth action, let the boys get their legs loosened up.
2:26 gone in the first, no score. Coming into the week, Michigan Stars with 14 points in third place, behind the Detroit Lightning with 20. Stars entered the week at even 500 at 6-6-2. Players working along the boards now. Aaron Jakubowski tying things up along there. Puck does squirt loose and comes out to Langlois, who just fires it in off the high glass. Stars with it now behind their net. Aaron Jakubowski again causing a turnover out front and a couple of good shots. And Josh Ack had to be sharp to keep the Bombers off the board.
Good pressure.
Great forechecking by Aaron Jakubowski, though.
Turned into some very good chances down low. X very, very sharp on that second rebound.
Stars now with it in back behind their own net again as they look to try to get a little bit of momentum. And so far the Bombers just really picking up the pace now and starting to put the pressure on. And the forecheck and the Senek there interrupting another pass. And here we go. If they hustle, they got a 3-on-2. Good job by Winston Pappas with the puck, and X makes the save. And X shouting out directions. He almost got surprised on that one. Bombers keep it in again. Shoot it back in to the corner. This time it does squirt out over the blue line. Going to have an offsides as it was knocked back in by Nate Jakubowski.
Got some good energy shown so far by the Bombers. Forechecking in the Stars zone down low has been very good and has resulted in a couple of good chances. You keep getting those chances and they will end up in your net.
So Nate Jakubowski with the puck again, fires it in around the boards all the way out to the far point. Kept in by Chris Ryan. The Stars now get it out though, and Winston Pappas right there to break that up with his stick. Once again, I mean, just a little bit different of a game plan maybe for the Bombers than what they've shown so far this year, and they're not really relying on trying to clog up the neutral zone right now. They're putting the pressure on the forecheck. Yeah. Nice hit there too, Winston Pappas.
Yeah, one of the things that the Bombers talked about a lot during this week is a quote from Paul Coffey that the other team can't score when we have the puck.
Exactly.
So if we keep the pressure on, keep an intense forecheck down low, they can't score when we've got the puck.
Play now back in the Stars zone again. Jay St. John, ex-Bomber, with it behind the net for the Stars. He shoots it out to center ice. Ryan Croft grabs it, just sends it right back in. I don't know, you might almost call this an offensive zone trap. They really seem to be clogging everything up and tight in the offensive zone, and then when the Stars do manage to clear it, somebody's right there to pick it up and send the play back the other way. There it is again, and Adam Jakubowski that time, he sends it in just a little bit high and wide, but it's gloved off by Josh Jackson. He's going to hold on. Play back underway, and Rennie Ford with a quick shot. That X deflected up and into the netting behind the goal, and we'll have a face-off now to his right. So 5 minutes, 39 seconds gone, and the Bombers so far with the better chances. That puck just squirts all the way back down the ice. Ryan Croft giving chase as Adam Jakubowski running a little bit of interference. Adam Jakubowski with it again off his skate. Marasco doing a good job to pick that up and send it down, and ready for it. Great job to pick that up and stay on side. Not allow the Stars to knock it back out. Dismuke with it off the boards now. Dismuke loses it. Jared Frey with it coming back the other way. Stars shoot it in. Trying to, nice job on the defense. Stars doing a good job trying to center that puck, and the Bombers defense was in place and making sure that nothing dangerous came out of that at all.
Oh, another good chance down low. We'll give and go with Rennie Ford and Chris Marasco.
Koya Schneider now with it. Koya not exactly known for his speed. He's a big defenseman. Koya doing a pretty good job there of skating in and maneuvering a little bit and getting that puck right to the side of the net. Off the iron. Coming back the other way, Rick Merlo with the puck now. Rick loses it off his stick. He gets it back behind him, that tries to center it. And Bombers manage to clear it out the neutral zone. Stars just dump it back in, and Schneider manages to kick it off his skate, but Sahelnik right there for the Stars, and Bombers can't get it out of their own zone now. Stars looking to try to get some pressure the other way. Langlois plays it off the boards. Troop just swats at it, gets it over the blue line. Schneider again. It was Brian Langlois actually, and the puck got past him. Aaron Jakubowski, very impressive today. He's taken the body several times already, and
a lot of intensity early from the Bombers.
This is the energy level they need. I mean, I know it's hard to keep this up for a full 60 minutes, but this is the way you got to play if you want to win.
Well, when you go through something like they did last Sunday, where they were sitting with a 6-3 lead going into the third period, and have one get away from you, your team's going to do one of two things. They're going to pull together and come back and play stronger, or they're going to pack it in. And it obviously, from what we've seen at the beginning here, the Bombers have pulled it together. There's a crispness to their game and their passing that we haven't seen, an intensity in the forecheck that we haven't seen. So, you know, maybe that's their rock bottom. They can turn it around from here.
Frank Federo trying to split the Stars defense, almost manages to get himself in the shot on net. The Bombers just knock it back down the other way again, and it's back in behind the net. Stars whipping along the board as Will Kinghorn gets it over the blue line. Bombers just knock it back the other way. Josh Goring quarterbacking behind the net. Has the puck out, and the Bombers break it up again. Derek Watkins doing a great job along the boards, not only to break that play up and send the puck back in, but also to tie his man up.
Yep.
The Stars just managed to shoot it in behind the Bombers net. And here come the Bombers the other way. At Nate Jakubowski with a good head of steam. And look at Nate get around everybody. Nate took it coast to coast and got around their defense, and they even managed to get in and get a shot off on net.
Yeah, they kept playing for the pass, waiting for the pass, but they give Nate the chance. He's going to take that shot. He's got an excellent shot and scored a number of goals. So
great job by a defenseman, especially Nate Jakubowski, not afraid to step into the play when he needs to, but we're going to have a knockdown with a high stick is what it was, and so the play's coming back down the other end. Stars with it down the corner, and Dustin Fisher paying the price along the boards. And they cough it up, and the Bombers send it right back the other way, and there's Rennie Ford around the defense. Ford looking for Marasco with him and just sent it a little bit behind Marasco, and Marasco had a good scoring opportunity. Coming right back the other way, Mike Crowley doing a great job for the Stars and gets a shot on net. Marasco sends it up to Sam Dismuke. Dismuke just shoots it in. Josh X settles it down for the Stars, sends it out over the blue line. Dustin Fisher trying to get around his man. Fisher sends it, and Crowley's in. Crowley tied up, though, by Rennie Ford. Doesn't get a good shot off and misses the net on the short side. Long lead pass to Dismuke. Went off the stick. The front line will head to the bench for a line change. Lukasz Vepi with it along the boards. Lukasz sends it into the Star zone. Aaron Jakubowski out there giving chase again. Jakubowski doing a great job tying up his guy. That was a weird play as Brian Langlois just sent the puck down and hit off Eric Troop's skate. It almost turned into a scoring chance for the Stars. Chad Englum with the puck now. Chad just sends it in, and It goes off between the legs of Corey Schneider and off his skate, just a little bit wide. West holds on for the face-off. 10 minutes, 52 seconds gone. No score in this game.
It's been a fast-paced game, up and down action. The Bombers with a lot of pressure in the Stars zone. Some good, solid man-on-man defense back in their zone to keep the Stars from getting good opportunities.
Yeah, very few stoppages in play so far. No penalties. And the Bombers coming right back the other way. Winston Pappas crossing center ice. He just shoots it into the corner. Brian Senek giving chase. The puck squirts around to the other corner. Pappas again with it. Pappas still trying to tie his man up, take the puck away. Pappas with a great job.
Federo again.
Federo picks it up off of Pappas's leave, and Federo gets tied up though and can't manage to get the shot off. But there he picks the pocket on Steve Hackman, picking his pocket, sends it back the other way. Centers it. Nobody in the slot that could take advantage of it.
Good defensive coverage by the Stars on that one. Just enough to lift the stick and keep Brian Senek and Winston Pappas from getting a shot.
Nate Jakubowski now with it behind his own net. He stops. Says to Pappas along the boards. Pappas just flips it over center ice, and he heads to the bench for a line change. Sahelnik with it. Sahelnik sends it over to Rick Merlo. Merlo manages to squirt around Chris Ryan. Gets it to Justin Lopez, who puts a shot on the side of the net, and West had to be quick. That might have been probably the best scoring opportunity the Stars have had yet tonight. And that was more dangerous than it looked. It didn't look quite so dangerous, but half second one way or another on that play, and that could have been a goal.
Yeah, Fisher's. Anytime Dustin Fisher's got the puck down low, it's something to be worried about.
Croft with it. Croft plays it off the board. DiMaggio sends it across ice, but his intended player he was passing it to was heading for a line change. It's back in behind the Bombers net again, and dangerous play right there, though, is a little bit of a breakdown left Jonathan Sahelnik at the side of the net with the puck.
Ryan Croft with a good play to clear that out of the crease for Austin West.
Dismuke with it now. Dismuke wants to send a long pass to Marasco, but Marasco's a little too far in front. Intercepted, and Sahelnik with it just inside the blue line, tries to send it on net, and it's intercepted by the Bombers and knocked to the corner. Stars managed to keep it in behind the Bombers net, trying to center it out front. Here come the Bombers back the other way now. Rennie Ford with the puck at the center ice, and Ford taking it in, making some nice cuts, and Ford with the backhander. Right into the protector on X, but a great effort by Ford to stick handle through a couple of Michigan defenders to get that play. Whew. Well, we got a quick break in the action. We want to remind you of some upcoming games at the Icebox Sports Center. The Bombers will be taking on the Metro Moose from New Jersey Friday, November 28th, 7 p.m. start. And then Sunday, November 30th, the same Moose will be back in action here at the Icebox Sports Center. You can pick up tickets for all Bombers home games at the Icebox Sports Center by calling 734-676-5500. Tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors.
You know, Larry, we talk about these players coming in from, like Winston Pappas from Evergreen, Colorado, Lukáš Vepi from Slovakia. The Bombers are always looking for billet families. A constant need for a junior team to find a host family for these players from out of town. They are compensated for the players, for keeping a player there. They're expected to provide a place to sleep and a couple meals a day. The players provide their own. But if anybody's interested in possibly hosting a junior, one of the Bombers, they can contact the Icebox at 676-5500, and we'd be happy to talk to them about that.
It's a very important aspect of the junior level game.
Yeah,
players from them out of the area, and they need to have billet families be able to stay with.
Yeah, there's a number of players. I mean, you talk to some of the professionals, and they still maintain those close ties with their billet families. These players actually they become part of your family. You know, it's kind of a nice thing, you know, to help a kid out on his way up, and they really do get to be almost like family.
You just have to sign the agreement with him up front that if he does make it to the NHL, you get free season seats. or something better. The Stars now with it again at the point. They send it in just a little bit wider than that. They keep it in again. Lucas Vetby knocks it down, but we're going to have a penalty behind the play. The first penalty of the night for slashing.
Wouldn't have anything to do with that broken stick, would it?
Now, Nate Jakubowski's going to argue that all the ways into the sin bin, but nevertheless, no matter what he argues, he's going to sit two for slashing. With 5:34 remaining in the first. No score. First power play of the game. Langlois takes it behind his own net now, circles with it, sends it out.
Oh, bad break for the Bombers.
He had a couple of zebras along the boards, and he sent it right into him. The Stars regrouping now. Josh Streets. Streets sends it up to Brett Stevens, who just wraps it around the boards. Dustin Fisher now with it along the boards, sends it back to Streets. And the Bombers take it the other way. Manage to just knock it in behind the net, kill off a little bit of time. Minute 20 remaining in the Stars power play. And here comes Brett Stevens again. Stevens with a hard shot. Just a little short. Ryan Croft now takes it behind the... Sends it the length of the ice. Frank Federo with his man down at the other end of the ice. Him and Rod Johnson tying it up. Marasco working the play along the boards, but the Stars come out with it. Dustin Fisher. Josh Streets now takes it after it was broken up. Streets takes it, sends it over to Mike Crowley. Mike Crowley takes it down the ice. Loses it though. It's Chris Ryan. Was there for the Bombers. Puck went over the boards, and we'll have a face-off just outside the Bombers' blue line. 4:02 remaining in the third. 28 seconds remaining in the power play. Marasco in for the face-off of the Bombers. Marasco loses it, though, to Rick Godwa. Godwa tries to play it off the boards and doesn't get anywhere. Hackman with it now for the Stars, shoots it in behind the net. And the Bombers manage to clear the zone again with 10 seconds now remaining in the power play. Stars, if they hustle, might have enough time for one shot, but Jakubowski's back on the ice, and the Bombers are back to full strength. That puck squirts all the ways back down.
Good penalty kill for the Bombers.
A really good job. They didn't allow too many good chances, and maybe there was one or two that were.
Yeah, the only real shot was Brett Stevens, shot wide, coming in from the top of the circle. Nothing really dangerous. Didn't let the Stars get set up. That was key. When they did, they kept them along the boards and were able to make the clear.
Well, it's important too, especially with the Stars. They do have a couple of really solid shooters, and Stevens is one of them. The games that I've seen him in so far, he's managed to really put a lot of muscle behind his shot. He can fool a goalie very quickly. So Josh Goring is going to sit a pair now for the Stars for tripping, and the Bombers will have their first power play of the game. We'll see if they can fare any better. The Stars knock it back down the ice. West just stops it for Marasco, who plays it off the boards. Nate Jakubowski off the boards to Federo. Federo plays it off the boards to himself and takes it in. Senek with it on the far boards now, sends it in behind the Aaron Jakubowski. Aaron looking for a little room. Sends it to Federo. Federo out to Marasco. Marasco with a shot. Aaron Jakubowski again, back to Federo behind the net. Federo looking to try to find somebody out in the slot to tap it to. Puck possession on this power play, very good for the Bombers. Marasco keeps it at the point. Marasco winds up and takes a shot off the glove.
Yeah, Brian Senek.
Loose puck out front, broken play, and Senek just sends it over the top of Josh Eck. And the Bombers have a 1-0 lead on their first power play of the night.
Brian Senek did a nice job of just hanging around Federo and Aaron Jakubowski, making the plays down front. They got the Stars tied up, taking the shots. The puck goes up in the air, waits for it to fall. Brian steps into an open area, puts it into the net.
Senek, very strong player since he's joined this team.
You know, they call those garbage goals, but they smell awful sweet.
You take them any way you get them. Yeah, it's the only thing anybody remembers after the game's over is what the score was.
That's right.
With 6th in the season, scored by number 5, Brian Senek. Assist number 14, number 20, Chris Marasco.
So Federo and Marasco with the assist on that. Oh! Hard hit. That was extremely dazed.
Yep.
Awfully lucky he has a cage on. Right along the upright there, that first upright where the glass starts. And I've seen many players in the past at the pro level and at the junior level get hurt.
Yeah, that's a dangerous area right where the glass starts at the end of the bench. We've seen some high-speed collisions with those posts over the years of watching hockey.
Well, that's going to bring a 2-minute high sticking penalty to the Stars. And the Bombers back on the power play again with 1:45 remaining in the first. Adam Jakubowski sends it in. And gloved off by Josh X. Josh Goring taking a little bit of exception to Frank Federo being in, trying for that open top. Rennie Ford, sorry. Nothing really comes out of it. Goring's still talking with the few players. He obviously wants to go. We'll probably have offsetting roughings here. Talk about some other games coming up too. We talked about Friday, November 28th versus the Metro Moose, 7 p.m. at the Icebox, and Sunday, November 30th at 3 p.m. versus the Metro Moose. And then the next game after that would be Sunday, December 7th, 3 p.m. versus these same Michigan Stars. And remember, kids, every Sunday is autograph day at the Icebox. Players not dressed for that game will be available throughout the game to sign autographs, and the complete team will be available following the game. Once again, ticket prices are $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors. You'll pick up your tickets at all Bomber home games at the Icebox Sports Center or by calling 734-676-5500. Season ticket packages are still available. Also, for a full schedule of upcoming games, go to www.brownstownbombers.com. So it looks like we got things settled. We're going to have offsetting penalties. Minute 37 now remain in the first. Frank Federo in for the face-off for the Bombers. Federo Sahelnik takes it. Sahelnik sends it across. Marasco has to pinch in to pick it up. Marasco tries to play it to Federo behind the net. Doesn't get to him, and a long pass comes out. And Justin Lopez back the other way shorthanded. Lopez tries to take it behind the Bombers net. Nate Jakubowski doing a good job of fencing him in, then taking the puck away. Chris Marasco following Nate Jakubowski. Jakubowski and Lopez having a few words. Bombers still working along the boards now. Oh,
Federo! Frank Federo with another highlight move.
Federo comes from the far boards, straight across through the crease, basically uncontested. Flips it to his backhand and tucks it behind the stretched out leg of Josh X. And the Bombers are 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. And they lead 2-0 with 47 seconds remaining in the first.
Well, Frank put on a clinic out at Brighton last Sunday, scoring 3 times. And that's just another one on the highlight reel.
Federo just with excellent hands and excellent puck sense out there. We've talked about that game after game.
Bombers called for the goal. His 6th of the season. Scored number 14, Frank Federo. Assist number 5, Brian Sennick. Time to goal, 19 minutes.
So the lone assist goes to Brian Sennick. And the Bombers lead 2-0 with 30 seconds remaining in the first. And this is where that energy level pays off. You know, like you were saying, is that you keep taking those chances.
Yeah.
Your opportunities are going to come. And
yeah. You know,
what you've also seen is maybe a little bit of frustration on the Stars' part to take a couple of penalties.
Yeah, nearly one more but yeah, that's what happens when you keep pressing the team and pressing them and pressing them. Something's going to happen, and usually it's good for your team. The Stars take a couple of penalties, and we've got 2 goals.
So 3 seconds left on the clock. Just a mere 3 ticks away from the first intermission. And the Bombers are going to shore things up in front of the goal. Aaron Jakubowski is going to look to take the face-off. All he needs to do is just slap it away. And that ought to do it as the buzzer sounds. Frustration, as we said, showing as Josh Kinghorn and Chris Ryan tie up, as well as Nate Jakubowski.
They're just
St. John. There's
a couple of old teammates just renewing acquaintance. St. John just signed by the Stars.
They're just making sure that everybody's paired off in case something happens. And the linesmen are in, and I think this is pretty well separated. Kinghorn has had a pretty good hold on Chris Ryan, but looks like the players are separated at this point. And Will Kinghorn will leave the ice first. Or at least he'll be asked to leave the ice first.
Yeah, he's still waiting for him to get out.
So that's going to do it for the first period here at the Icebox Sports Center.
Well-played period for the Bombers.
Very excellent. I mean, it might have been one of their best played periods of the season. So I'll do it for the first period. We'll be back after this intermission for the start of the second. Hey, we're back for the start of the second period here, and the Bombers leading 2-0 on goals from Frank Federo and Brian Sennick. Bombers scoring twice on power plays in the final 2:08 of the first. And Marcus, as we were saying, just one of the best periods that I think that the Bombers have played almost all season.
Yeah, they had good puck movement, excellent forechecking pressure. They kept the play in the Stars zone most of the period. The few chances that the Stars had were from far away. They had excellent coverage in the defensive end. 20 more minutes of that could put us in real good shape. 40 minutes of that, and we're going home with a victory.
And we're ready for Steve Tallman, referee Steve Tallman, to drop the puck. And the second period is underway. The Bombers will be killing off a penalty they picked up at the 20-minute mark.
Michigan penalty number 3, Jason Jenner. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 20 minutes of the first period.
So when they sort out all the penalties, we have 4 players in the Bombers box, 3 in the Stars box, and the Bombers come out of it with the extra 2 minute. penalty, and the Stars will have their second power play of the night. Minute 35 remaining in the Stars power play. Dustin Fisher in to take the puck. He sends it back out to the point to Johnson. Johnson winds up at a shot, and West with a good pad save. Puck squirts around from behind the net. The Stars Dustin Fisher manages to knock it back in. Working it along the boards. Brett Stevens still holding it, looking for somebody to send it off to. He sends it out to Johnson. Johnson back to Stevens. Stevens looks to send it out into the slot. Broken up by the Bombers. 1 minute now remaining, and Frank Federo turned a little inside out, and Dustin Fisher managed to get around him. Nice shot. West with the save. Merlo with it now at the point. Merlo having a hard time controlling it. He falls down, loses it. The Bombers get it back, though, and it's all the way back down the ice. X plays it off the boards. Federo there to take it. He sends it to Marasco. Score!
Short-handed.
Short-handed. The Bombers with 3 special team goals so far this game. 2 power plays and a short-handed.
Excellent play there. Federo held the puck, didn't rush the play, waited for Marasco to get 2 more strides, laid it right across Chris Marasco alone on the goaltender. Another one for the Bombers.
Marasco with his 6th of the year with 11 points. And the Bombers with a 3-0 lead, a minute 26 into the second period. All transpired out at the blue line when Rick Merlo lost his footing, got his legs a little too far behind his body, went down, lost the puck. The Bombers tried to pick it up, and Merlo managed to knock it off their stick and right back the other way. The Bombers went. So Gadwa sends it up now to Anglem. Chad Anglem with it. Anglem in the circle. He turns. Sends it to Rick Gadwa. Streets knocks it in from the point, from the blue line, and Bombers get it, send it back down the ice. Hackman touches up for the icing.
That shorthanded goal, a real big goal for the Bombers. You know, you get on the power play down 2-0. The Stars are thinking, let's get one. We're back within one of this game. We're close to getting the tie. In just that few seconds, boom, they're down 3 goals.
Well, and it also does an awful lot to hurt you mentally that not only are you allowed 2 power play goals on 2 power plays, but on two penalty kills, I should say. On 2 power plays, you've also allowed 1 shorthanded goal.
Right.
X just gloves it off at the side of the net. That'll keep the face-off deep in the Stars zone. 17:21 remaining in the second. Be sure to check out the Bombers website at www.brownstownbombers.com for all the up-to-date information and news on the Brownstown Bombers, their stats, schedule, and more. That's www.brownstownbombers.com. Aaron Jakubowski out near the point. Off. Let's see if it went off his stick or if it looks like it went off the Star stick. The face-off will remain just inside the blue line. And Jakubowski lines up against Justin Lopez for the puck drop. Bombers unable to keep it in, but they manage to get possession right away and fire it in. X gloves it and then drops it. Rod Johnson coming back the other way with it, sends it to Rick Merlo. Merlo takes it over the blue line. He just slaps it off the boards behind the net. Stars trying to center it. Justin Lopez tried to send it out front. It was broken up by the Bombers. Another shot there from the point from Rod Johnson. It was broken up by the Bombers. The Bombers doing a good job to protect their goaltending right now. Eric Troop sends it across to Lukasz Vepi, and Lukasz Vepi just couldn't get to it. And he had Pat Ganzik draped all over him, including the stick kind of hung on his jersey from behind.
Yeah, about another minute there, and he could have claimed him as a dependent, I think. They were pretty close.
So we bring the face-off back down to the Bomber zone. So the face-off will be in the circle to the right of Austin West. England gets the face-off for the Stars. And Jay St. John tries to send a shot from top of the circle. It's a correction on the, I believe on the last goal, he said.
Second goal.
On the second goal?
Yeah.
So it's going to be
which was
assist
from
to Aaron Jakubowski and Chris Marasco. Oh! England with it for the Stars at his own blue line. He drops it back into his own zone. Street sends it to Jay St. John. Jay St. John over the blue line with it. Tries to fire it at the side of the net, misses. The puck comes back out to center ice. Derek Watkins with it. Now Federo. Federo to Watkins. Watkins taps at it. We got a goal.
no goal.
No goal.
Waved off.
No goal.
Referee Steve Tallman makes the call. So the score will remain 3-0. 15:08 remaining in the second. The Bombers looking to try to keep their pressure going. Watkins with it in the corner. Adam Wazzola just dumped behind the net as he picked up the puck. Wazzola now sends it to the side of the net and it's gloved off and dropped in the net. So another goal waved off. So we got 2 goals in the last minute, or less than a minute. Waved off and the puck drops. The Stars got to be happy with that. It's still a 3-0 deficit to them instead of a 5-goal deficit.
Yeah, it's it's not unusual to see one waved off, but 2 in that short period of time.
So Adam Wazzola lines up.
He must have had the puck, or excuse me, the net must have come off the moorings prior to the puck crossing.
Stars still trying to clear the zone, unable to do so. Kyle DiMaggio sends him on the boards, and here we go. Derek Watkins and Steve Hackman. Hackman's been gnawing away at a couple of players wanting to go for a while. The 2 of them just exchanging punches. Looks like Hackman's starting to get the advantage. Oh, maybe not. Looked like he was starting to get the advantage, and Watkins got a couple in. Hackman just rolls him to the ice. The crowd shows their appreciation. Hackman having a few words for the Bombers bench as he skates by.
Nothing like a little meeting of the clan to get you excited.
So Watkins and Hackman will head to the box. Most likely just each get 5-minute fightings. It looked pretty mutual.
Yep.
While they sort this out, we want to remind you again of some upcoming games at the Icebox Sports Center. Friday, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. Put down those drumsticks and head to the Icebox Sports Center for a 7 o'clock start as the Bombers take on the Metro Moose. Moose off to a huge start so far, Mark.
Right.
12-1-1 heading into this week. And just starting to pull away a little bit from the rest of the pack.
Right.
25 points. Just a fantastic team. If you haven't seen them yet, definitely want to come out and watch them. These two teams play. Looks like Hackman's being attended to. He's got a cut on his forehead, it looks like. I'm surprised they both didn't come out of it with a couple of cuts the way they were hitting each other.
Yep. That was one of the longer ones.
The Bombers right back the other way. And Nate Jakubowski with an opportunity from Chris Marasco. And Nate just couldn't convert. But behind the play, Nate's tied up along with Pat Ganzik as they're rolling on the ice, and they separate. Nate heads to the bench for the line.
No helmet. You have to rule in the league. You cannot play without a helmet. He's got to go directly. Either pick it up and put it back on, or go directly to the bench. 2-minute penalty for playing without a helmet.
So the Bombers shoot at the length of the ice, and we're going to have an icing as Jay St. John touches up. The puck comes back into the Bomber zone for the face-off.
Including gold sponsor, the News Herald newspapers, Comcast Cable, Win Plumbing and Heating, John Logan GMC Truck, Friendly for Incorporated, Nancy's Pizza, and the Icebox Sports Center. Thank you for your support.
The play's back underway. Adam Jakubowski tying up Chad Anglem behind their net. Allows his brother Aaron to come out with the puck. Aaron racing down the ice, sends it to Eric Troop. Troop looks, but he sends a shot and actually had Josh X fooled, because Josh X, his head was completely turned the other way. He was looking for the pass.
Yep.
And Troop hung on to it and took the shot and just hit him in the pad. Great effort there by the Bombers, as they show no signs of slowing down with their pressure.
No, they got to keep pushing. I think they might have learned that last week with that 6-3, letting that 6-3 loss get away, 6-3 lead get away, excuse me.
You can never feel comfortable with your lead, never. Whether it's a 1-goal lead or a 5-goal lead, until, if you finally get down to the point that you got a 3-4 goal lead and there's 20 seconds left, maybe you can feel comfortable.
Right.
Justin Lopez wins the face-off for the Stars. Rod Johnson tries to wrap it around. Adam Jakubowski holds it in along the boards. Out front, Josh X bats it off to the sideboards. Bombers still manage to keep possession. Lukasz Vepi now behind the net. Looks to pick it up, and he leaves it for Aaron Jakubowski, who sends it across to brother Adam, who couldn't get a shot off. Aaron Jakubowski with it again.
Oh, nice give and go with Troop. Jakubowski held up a little bit getting through.
Vepi now with the puck in his own blue line. He circles. Sends it forward to Adam Jakubowski, who just bangs it in behind the net. Rod Johnson tries to clear zone, but we're going to have
offside. Nice.
That's an awful long delay on an icing call.
Yeah.
I mean, for that puck to not only get up to the blue line, but to be in play.
Right.
Up at the blue line. That's why I kind of hesitated. When I saw him signaling to go down the ice, I couldn't believe it was going to be icing. Will Kinghorn in to take the face-off for the Stars. The Bombers win it, but it comes out to the point. Jay St. John fires a shot wide. Puck is on the netting. As a result, it's whistled dead, and we'll have a face-off in the Bomber zone. Some other games coming up at the Icebox Sports Center. Sunday, November 30 at 3 p.m. against the Metro Moose, and Sunday, December 7th versus the Michigan Stars. December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. Puck squirts down the ice, and Federo, what a job by Federo!
Oh, nice wraparound attempt.
Federo just showing his skills. It's just amazing what he can do with it.
There we go, in the net.
We got no call. The goal judge light's not on, the net's off the moorings, and the referee didn't signal.
Went across, but after the net was pushed back.
Once again, a couple games coming up with the Metro Moose. Definitely must-see games if you've enjoyed these games on television. Metro Moose, one of the top teams in the CEHL.
Yeah, they got off to a great start with a lot of home games early, but now they've been on the road a couple times, and they're still winning. Still got an excellent team. High scoring with good goaltending, good defense. It's a hard combination to beat.
The Stars just bang it back out to center ice. Rod Johnson shoots it in the corner. And we have an icing.
Don't forget the Bombers' next home game will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. when the New Jersey Metro Fighting Blues comes to the ice box for a 3 p.m. game.
In fact, for you watching on TV at home, the next broadcast after this one will be the game that we're going to tape tomorrow against the Metro Moose. So you'll have an opportunity to watch them in action. And Aaron Jakubowski with the puck and sends it behind the net. Kyle DiMaggio back to Aaron Jakubowski. Tries to center it out. Nobody there, all the way down the ice, and Nate Jakubowski giving chase. Nate just plays it off the boards. Bombers manage to get it over the blue line. Pat Ganzik manages to send it back the other way for the Stars. Ganzik and Pellegrin both all over Nate Jakubowski, and they're unable to come away with the puck, though. As this squirts down the ice, here's Sam Dismuke giving chase.
Good speed. Sam's got excellent speed in the offensive zone.
Very strong skater. Bombers look to bring it back the other way. Jay St. John corrals it back inside of his own blue line. Sends it over center ice, but it's knocked down by Adam Jakubowski, and that might have been a high stick that they got away with, knocking it down. Looked like it may have been just a little bit high. The referees didn't feel that way.
Right.
So 10-10 remains in the middle frame here, and we still have a 3-0 lead for the Brownstown Bombers.
You know,
goaltending change.
As an old coach, I always say there's two sides to every story: what really happened and what the referees called.
So the Stars making a goaltending change at the 10-10 mark of the second period, or 10-10 remaining in the second, as Jake Archer comes in relief. Both goalies, X and Archer, have both had the Bombers' numbers pretty much in the games that they've played, with the exception of that 7-6 game in Brighton last week.
Which neither one were in the net for.
And there we go, the other way. And a nice, very nice move by Jared Frey as he took the puck at center ice, took it in on his own. A little head deke. Sent it high, and the Stars are on the board, cutting the Bombers' lead 3-1.
Yeah, a fairly innocent-looking play until Ryan Croft got his feet caught and was unable to turn and allowed the Stars player, Jared Frey, to get behind him.
So at 10:09, Jared Frey's goal will neutralize Chris Marasco's goal this period. Frey's fourth of the year, his 8th point. Here's Frey again with it, back the other way. He leaves it for Streets. Streets, unable to get a shot off. Frank Federo and Streets, the pair of 14s, get tied up and they go down together. .9:30 remain in the third, and the Stars got on the board, and this is where it's going to get important now for the Bombers to keep their play, stay focused, and continue playing their game. Don't let the Stars take that momentum back. Stars looking to try to make something happen, but the Bombers send it right back the other way. And Frank Federo, it's like he's got double-sided sticky tape.
Go yes, Snyder!
Snyder just pulled Archer to the far side of the net, and it looked like the puck went off the toe of his blade.
Oh, beautiful.
What a beautiful goal by Schneider, and he restores the 3-goal Bombers lead with the Bombers' first even-strength goal of the game.
Again, set up by number 14, Frank Federo.
I was just starting to say with how he put that stick or the puck on his stick and just played with it behind him and was able to pull it forward.
Yeah.
It was like he had double-sided sticky tape holding that damn thing as if like a yo-yo.
Yeah, Frank is a magician with that puck. You know, we tape all of these games, and the last week Frank has watched a lot of videotape of the early season games, and although he's playing fairly well, he was not at all pleased with his performance. And the last couple games, he's really turned it up.
The Bombers putting pressure again. As Steve Felak with an opportunity and followed up. I believe it was Adam Mazzola that was right behind him that had another shot at it. The Bombers win the face-off. Puck along the sideboards. Felak sends it around.
No.
DiMaggio behind the net. Archer holds off on the side of the net with it, and it looks like the pressure that the Brownstown's been putting on is continuing with the new goalie, and Archer's having a little bit of trouble as well with them. He's struggling.
The goal by Schneider has really elevated the Bomber game again. You see the energy level coming back up. They'd sagged a little bit after that Fry goal, but definitely coming back. They get a couple disallowed and then give one up. It's easy to have your energy level drop, but the Snyder goal definitely picked it back up for the Bombers, and we're getting the pressure back down again.
Well, and especially with the goaltending change happening about a minute before the goal was scored. The Stars goal, that is.
Right.
It's very important to come back and beat the other goalie so that he doesn't get that confidence level.
Right.
Puck up and over the glass, and we'll have a face-off in the Bomber zone. It's definitely been an exciting game. We got a little bit of a mix-up already. Steve Hackman and Nate Jakubowski having a few words. Referee Steve Tallman having a little explaining.
Yes.
With Nate Jakubowski.
I need you to explain this to me.
Explain something to you. Let me explain. Jakubowski heads to the bench. The Bombers win that face-off. They're unable to clear the zone, though, as the Stars hold it in. Second crack doesn't make it through either. Kinghorn with it along the boards. To Matt Flynn. Flynn behind the net. Pellegrin trying to bat at it. Comes out Rennie Ford looking for Sam Dismuke, and Sam tied up by Steve Hackman and played into the boards. Johnson saw Adam Jakubowski coming at the last second, was able to stand up and not get nailed. And that was another play. He had his head down, and almost another one of those hits that we've been talking about a couple times this year.
Yeah, with a full speed, two players going in opposite directions.
Okay, so that's not Steve Felak out there wearing number 19. That's Derek Watkins changed jerseys during the intermission, I guess, or at some point. Watkins is now wearing 19.
The Bombers would like to thank some of their sponsors for the 2003-2004 season, including Dance Music DJ, Pictures of LLC, Dorian Properties Incorporated, Comcast Cable, gold sponsors, the Newsdale Newspapers, John Rogan GMC Truck and Roundhouse, and Berkeley Ford and Murray.
Aaron Jakubowski and Rick Gadwa in for the face-off. Stars have it along their own sideboards. They're unable to get it out. And
No!
come right back.
Right over the top.
Troop with a good job to send it. Try to set up another Bomber player for that goal, and just like you said, gets over the top of the net. And here they come back the other way. And the Bombers doing a great job now, allowing that deep penetration into their zone. Anglem for the Stars, carries it over the blue line. He's onside. Sends it cross ice to Godwell. Godwell has it taken off his stick. And Aaron Jakubowski fires it around the boards. Eric Troop plays it off the boards out to center ice.
Keep forcing them back, forcing them back.
Very, very good style that they've played so far today, the Bombers. Very impressive with their ability to keep the pressure on and forecheck and maintain it thus far through almost a full 40 minutes of play. Lopez lines up against Senek for the faceoff. And the Stars have it back in their own zone. Jay St. John sends it up to Lopez, who sends it to Rick Merlo. Merlo over the blue line. Merlo sends it through the crease. Nobody there. And the Bombers right back the other way. Federo again. Federo to Senek, just a little bit too far for Senek to score. Streets now with it. Sends it up ice. Off the stick of Justin Lopez. Chris Ryan with it for the Bombers. Ryan plays it off the boards, and Federo manages to get it past his defenseman. And Federo's in. He's got Senek again with him. Federo looked to try to do it himself. Couple of opportunities there. The last one going extremely high over the glass, forcing the face-off. There's 5:12 remaining in the second period. The Bombers leading 4-1.
This line that was just out of Federo, Senek, and Pappas put together last week, and scored a goal their first shift out, on their second shot. So they've got a little chemistry going, and obviously it's carried over here. They got good speed on there with Pappas, puck handling with Federo, and Senek's got great hands and that big size in front. Looks like it could be a very powerful combination for the Bombers.
Adam Jakubowski holds it in at the blue line for the Bombers and fires it in on Jake Archer, who just gloves it off. Mazzola wins the face-off. Adam Jakubowski wraps it along the boards. Kyle DiMaggio ties up his man, allows the puck to come out to the point. Chris Ryan. Actually, that was Croft. Looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up to Mike Crowley. 2 minutes for roughing, I believe. Yeah. And the Bombers will have their third power play of the game. 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, let's hope they have the same result.
Federo, Senek, Aaron Jakubowski out there up front. Adam Jakubowski and Chris Marasco and Nate Jakubowski on the point. Aaron Jakubowski back behind the net now. He's looking to creep in. And that knocks that one out. It manages to squirt between everybody out into the center ice zone, and the Bombers coming back the other way again. Senek with the puck now. He comes over the blue line, and Aaron Jakubowski just a half step offside. Minute 24 remaining in the power play for the Bombers. 4:09 remaining in the second period.
Brian Senek was forced to make an extra move right there at the blue line, and unfortunately pulled Aaron offside.
Federo lines up with Lopez for the faceoff. Federo gets it. Nate Jakubowski going through all the brothers here. Out front, Aaron Jakubowski, and Nate had an opportunity.
Just a little wide.
Both Jakubowskis looking to try to score on an old friend of theirs, Jake Archer. They grew up with the kid just down the street, played hockey with him. Jake Archer, no stranger to the Jakubowski household.
Not a lot of friends will want you change jerseys.
No, definitely not. Federo comes out of the hit with the puck. Aaron Jakubowski with it now at the side.
Don't forget the Bombers' next home game will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. with the
Play whistle down. We'll have a face-off in the Bombers, or in the Star zone.
Net off again.
36 seconds remaining in the power play. 3:21 left in the period. Adam Mazzola out for the face-off against Rick Godwa. Godwa wins the face-off, but he doesn't. The Stars don't manage to get it out though. And Mazzola with it along the boards, sends it to Chris Ryan. Ryan, top of the neutral, or top of the zone, and just managed to send the shot wide, and the Stars send it back the other way. 12 seconds remaining in the power play.
You know, some of those shots, the defenseman will line it up, and you'll see a forward sneaking in the side where they'll deliberately make that shot wide.
Lucas Vespi scores! Vespi, what a job! Just as the Stars came back to full strength, Jared Frey looking to try to jump on the ice with the Stars coming back to full strength, and they didn't quite get the player back in the play though before it happened. And Vespi took it from just inside the Bombers' own blue line all the way down the ice and beat Jake Archer, and the Bombers lead 5-1.
Yeah, it looked like Lucas had an extra gear there. He pulled away and went in all alone.
Vespi with his second of the year in 5 games now with the Bombers.
Lucas, a native of Slovakia, just in his first month over here in the U.S. But puck and goalie, universal language here. He knew what to do with it.
If you're Coach Joe Smaza, you got to be wondering, what do you have to shake up? What do you have to change? You know, what lines do you have to put together to try to solve this puzzle today? So 2:29 remaining in the second period. The Bombers with a 4-goal lead, leading 5-1. Jay St. John with it back in his own zone. Sends it over to Josh Streets. Streets sends it up to Chad Anglem, who's onside with the puck. He tries leaving it for Rick Godwa, and it's broken up by the Bombers, so they don't clear. Godwa giving chase behind the net, along with Anglem. Godwa comes out with it, though. Godwa sends it back behind the net again to Anglem. Tries to send it out front, and the Bombers break it up. They still can't clear the zone, though. Winston Pappas, the latest attempt to clear the zone. Puck kept in by Josh Streets. Godwa with it now at the point. Godwa looking to try to step in on the boards with the puck. Anglem just sends it behind the net. Jared Frey again, trying to center it. Frey unable to center it. And the Bombers managed to break it up, and Frank Federo wasn't able to pick the puck up and skate with it because he was too busy trying to keep Chad Anglem away from the puck. Jay St. John fires it in through a crowd. Austin West comes up with a save.
That was a long time in the Bomber zone, well over a minute.
That was the best possession that I think the Stars have had yet tonight. They definitely had the pressure up there, and
you could see that scary. That line was running out of gas, and it was getting a little more difficult to make that clear. And you know, every 10 seconds that thing spends in your zone, the percentage of goals goes up and up.
Streets now knocks it down out at the center ice. He's unable to knock it back in as Mazzola took it away. The Bombers just fire it in. Croft fires it in from just over the blue line on the goalie with the player trapped, so it's an automatic icing. Puck coming back down the other way. But 41 seconds remain in the second period. Face off to the left of Austin West. Croft tries to wrap it around the boards. It takes a bad bounce and hits the back of the net. Croft with another chance. Manages to just squirt it over the blue line, though.
They
Derek
just
Watkins.
keep pushing it down, pushing the puck down.
Well, the key right now in the final 20 seconds is not to allow any momentum shift. Pellegrin with it behind the net. Things, and looks like we got a penalty coming up to the Stars for the Bombers for tripping. So Ryan Croft gonna go sit up here. 18 seconds remaining in the period. This will most likely carry over to the third.
Yeah, we got to win this draw and kill off the 18 seconds. Give the Bombers the intermission to regroup.
The Stars will have 1:42 in the third to score, or to try to score on the power play.
The Bombers a little bit scattered and looking a little ragged this last minute. There we go.
Bombers clear it down the ice. 10 seconds remain. Jake Archer looking to try to help his team out by being the third defenseman. He sends it all the way forward, and it's offsides with 4 seconds left. Not exactly what the Stars wanted there. It'd be kind of hard with the face-off outside the blue line to win the face-off and get possession inside in the Bomber zone and get a shot on net before that 4 seconds ticks away.
Yeah, unlike basketball and football, when the puck has to actually be in the net before the whistle.
So that's going to do it for the second period. A pair of Bombers goals allowed, a pair of Bombers goals disallowed, and 1 goal to the Michigan Stars. We'll head into the third period here shortly with the Bombers leading 5-1. Hey, we're back for the start of the third period, and I believe that when we left, I said that there was 2 goals by the Bombers scored, 2 goals disallowed. In actuality, it was 3 goals scored, 2 goals disallowed. As Chris Marasco, Koya Schneider, and Lucas Vepi score for the Bombers. Sandwiched in the middle there somewhere was a goal by Jared Frey of the Michigan Stars. And we start the third period with the Bombers leading 5-1. The Stars looking to pick up a little bit of emotion.
Yeah, this first 5 minutes will be key for the Bombers. They got to keep them off the board. And then the clock becomes your ally at that point.
Well, I think the other key thing right now is to show the Stars that you're not going to come out flat to start this period. Bombers struggled a little bit towards the end of the second period, to be understandably. They played a solid 40 minutes so far.
Right.
Near perfect in my opinion. I mean, there's been a few mistakes, nothing that major. And they need to show that they're going to show the Stars that they're going to continue to play that way for the next 20.
A big penalty kill here that can really be a backbreaker for the Stars. They desperately need a goal on this power play.
The Bombers trying to keep pressure on the Stars. Rod Johnson skating over center ice with it. He's taken down, no call. Stars with it again as they cut into the net. Rick Gadwa swatting at the puck. Stars with it in the corner. Jared Frey now behind the net with the puck. Wraps it around. Rod Johnson cuts, pinches in at the point, tries to hold it in, and the Bombers coming right back the other way as Rennie Ford just doing a great job with stick handling that puck and ragging it a little bit. He managed to kill the remainder of the penalty. The Bombers are back to full strength now.
Now, Rennie leads the Bombers in goals, but you can see a lot more to his game than just putting the puck in the net.
Great play there. Croft with it on the sideboards, and Langlois saw him getting ready to set up. Langlois comes streaking in through the crease. Croft sent it right over to Langlois, and Jake Archer gloved it off and held on for the face-off. 1:57 gone in the third period.
Well, the first step of the third period plan is kill a penalty. That's done.
Nate Jakubowski tries to hold it in at the point. Stars sending it back the other way. In neutral ice. Lopez sends it in for the Stars behind the Bombers net. Nate Jakubowski just wraps it off the board, tries to get it out. Pat Ganzik holds it in. Rick Merlo to Sahelnik. Sahelnik with it. He sends it out to the high slot. Nobody there. The Bombers coming back the other way. Veppe has it knocked off his stick though. Sahelnik knocks it over the blue line. Is unable to hold it in. The Bombers flip it up over the blue line. It hits the flag. Play whistle dead, and the face-off will be outside the Bombers' blue line, or just inside the Bombers' blue line.
You know, we talked earlier about the billet families, host families for these junior players. We got a player like Lukáš Veppe from Slovakia. What we really like to do is try to find someone from Slovakia or a Slovakian club, something like that, where he can meet people from his native land and help him make the adjustment here into North American hockey and life in America. So if we have anybody like that, I'd like to have you contact the ice box at 676-5500, area code 734.
Bombers doing a good job of keeping pressure on the Stars. You know, Mark, not only with a player like Lukáš Veppe, where you bring a player in from another country, but even players from here, period, from the Canada, from the U.S. that come from out of the area that need to be housed. I mean, if you have a child playing hockey, what better way is there to get a nice one-on-one relationship for that kid with a senior player that can help maybe bring his game along as well?
Absolutely, and you know, most of these guys have been on the road before, so they're, you know, it's not something new to them. They understand how the situation works, and it's really one of the most unique things about junior hockey compared to other sports. And the billet families are a big part of the Bomber team, and we really appreciate the ones we have, and like I say, we're always looking for more, always in need of more.
We have a face-off deep in the Bomber zone. The circle to the left of Ryan Croft. Austin West. Not been a good night for my names, I'll tell you. I've been mixing up a few of them. Derek Watkins now. Watkins trying to maneuver the puck around the defenseman, Steve Hackman. Unable to do so. Hackman ties him up very well. Stars come back the other way with it. Lopez left it for Stevens. Stevens dumped.
Mr. Stevens, meet Mr. Jakubowski.
And we have an icing. Bring the puck back down. All the way back to the Bomber zone.
Including gold sponsor in the News Herald newspapers. Dance Music DJ, the official DJ of all Bomber home games. Pictures in motion, the official videographer for all Bomber home games. Comcast Cable, download the GMC truck and friendly for. Thank you.
Kyle DiMaggio sends it up. Watkins swats it in. Crowley looking to try to clear the puck.
Taken down with a high stick.
They'll bring the face-off back down the ice. The Bombers will have the third straight face-off in the Bomber zone.
Now, this is an important period for the Bombers. Even in their two victories, they didn't. Only in Toledo did they actually play well in the third period. Matter of fact, if we only played two periods, this team would be in second place. But it's important for them to get a good third period under their belts and play a good solid 60-minute game.
Crowley with the puck, unable to clear it. Smacked in by Chris Marasco. Stars come right back the other way with Dustin Fisher racing with the puck. Fisher tries to center it. Bombers break it up, unable to clear. Stars shoot it back in behind the Bombers net. Rennie Ford sends it out to center ice. Stars shoot it back. And the Bombers try coming back the other way. Long shot by Chris Ryan. Rennie Ford picks it up though. He's onside. Ford just Doing a Billy Sims here, going sideways about 50 yards to go forward 5. Doing a great job trying to get around the Stars. Eric Troop just knocks it over the blue line. Anglum with it into this Brownstown zone. Manages a weak shot on net.
A strange bounce off the boards there. Put the puck right at the corner of the net.
So once again, I'm going to take a moment to remind you of upcoming games at the Icebox Sports Center. Brownstown Bombers face the Metro Moose Friday, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, 7 p.m. start. Sunday, November 30th against the Metro Moose, 3 p.m. And Sunday, December 7th.
Lukasz Veppy.
Veppy with his second of the night, third of the year.
Eric Troop made a nice play to get the break in. Took the defenseman with him, put the shot on net. The rebound came back out. Lukasz had an open net.
A very important goal. I know it's already a 4-goal lead, but it's very important not to let that lead get dwindled.
Yeah. When you're struggled in the third
down.
period as much as the Bombers have this season, it's important to continue to add to your lead and continue to put the offensive pressure on the other team and not give them a chance to get back in the game. We saw that last week.
5-goal lead now with 14:20 remaining in the period. And the Bombers lead 6-1. Oh, the Stars come right back and score. Justin Lopez set up at the side of the net, and he just one-timed the puck high past Austin West. And the Stars come back with their own goal. And the score is now 6-2 Bombers with 14:08 remaining. Stars needing to show as well that they're not going to be intimidated by that early goal.
Right.
Definitely not a team that quits. They're going to come at you for the remaining 14 minutes. And you have to be able to solve them. Lopez's 5th goal of the year, 14-point. We get ready for the face-off. Bombers with the puck again, just flipping it up.
Just clipped
the rafters.
Yep.
Once again, as we were saying, Friday, November 28th, 7 p.m. versus the Metro Moose. Sunday, November 30th, 3 p.m. versus the Metro Moose. And Sunday, December 7th, 3 p.m. versus these same Michigan Stars. Tickets to all Bombers home games, $7 for adults, $5 for students and seniors. Pick up your tickets at the Icebox Sports Center or by calling 734-676-5500. Also, a quick reminder that all Sunday games are autograph day. Bring the kids down. They have them to get their favorite Brownstown Bombers autographs during the game and after the game. .1340 remains. Kyle DiMaggio takes the puck away from the Stars, and Bombers look to try to come out. Wazola just knocks it off the boards and deep into the Stars zone. Streets with it behind his own net. Leaves it, nobody there. Jay St. John has to cut back. Kinghorn with it along the boards. He has it taken away by Derek Watkins. Watkins turns, he sends it out front, nobody there. Pellegrin with it now. Pellegrin tries to send it around the glass, and he flips it up into the netting. Over the glass, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Star zone.
Yeah, the Bombers need to get some pressure back down at this end. You know, that again, in hockey, the momentum shifts are, the number of momentum shifts are incredible in the course of a game, and right now it's gone a little bit to the Stars side. Now, even though they exchanged goals, the Stars got the last one, so they get the momentum with it. And at this point, it's important for the Bombers to get some pressure on the net and get that momentum back on their side.
Wazzola seeing his fair share of face-offs tonight, doing a relatively good job. Langlois smashed into the boards. He's back up though, but the Stars clear at the length of the ice. Langlois rushes back. We're going to have an icing. You can also go out to the Bombers website at www.brownstownbombers.com for a full schedule of upcoming home games, as well as learn a little bit more about the team, check the stats, get the latest game recaps, and more. www.brownstownbombers.com. Adam Jakubowski keeps it in along the boards. Stars, Rick Merlo fires it, gets it out to the neutral zone. Ryan Croft sends it back in for the Bombers. Merlo with it again. It's knocked off his stick though. Frank Federo. Rennie Ford with a good job there. I really got my 14s and 17s. I'm really having a hard time with those tonight for some reason. We still got 12:20 remaining. Clock's going awfully slow right now. Adam Jakubowski knocks it in for the Bombers. Ford with it along the boards. Ford tries working it out, just knocks it behind the net. Jared Frey skating it out for the Stars. Bombers knock it back in. They have to touch up, avoid the offside. Puck squirts back out to the blue line. Gets behind Adam Jakubowski, and we got a couple of Stars coming in. No shot on net. Dustin Fisher tries to send it back. Mike Crowley squirts it out to Fisher. And we have an injury to Adam Jakubowski. The circle in front of us.
That looks like he might have caught a stick during that collision.
Jakubowski a little slow getting up. Team's trainer going out to check on him. Jakubowski to his knees right now. Once again, though, it's just as we were saying, though, Mark, the momentum is just all important right now. Not to let it shift too hard the other way. Right. The Stars are going to try to put the pressure on you. They are going to test you. But with 11:35 remaining, they're the ones that have to play desperate right now, not the Bombers.
Yeah, they need to play solid hockey, solid defensive hockey. Wait for the Stars to make the mistake, which they're going to have to do. They're going to have to throw everything they have at getting a goal to get back in this. They're still down 4. And when that happens, you tend to make defensive mistakes. Those are the mistakes that the Bombers got to jump on, get the puck down to the other end, and try to extend this lead.
Adam Jakubowski up to his feet to the bench. He's being checked out there now by the trainer. Took off his helmet, and he looks like he's still trying to clear the cobwebs out from between the ears a little bit after that hit. Nate Jakubowski knocks it back over the blue line after the Stars managed to clear. Crowley runs in a little bit of traffic, but he gets it over the blue line. Bombers with it in their own zone. Having a little bit of trouble now getting possession back into the Stars' end.
Oh, Archer misplays it.
Nate Jakubowski sent a long shot down there, just basically trying to get a little pressure from out of the Bombers' area. Archer, a little bit of a misplay and almost cost his team a goal there. Stars shoot at the length of the ice. Icing's waved off. Nate Jakubowski's going to have to skate with it. Jakubowski. Aaron Jakubowski now along with Rick Merlo. Jakubowski pestering Merlo, trying to get the puck away. And the Bombers come back the other way with it. They just knock it in behind the Stars net, and they head back for a wholesale line change.
Just seem to have much better positional play from the Bomber defensemen tonight. You know, a lot of the Stars making the pass through the middle, and there just seems like there's always somebody in the way tonight, where we haven't seen that in the past.
Well, another advantage, too, is to this point, having a 4-goal lead with 10 minutes left, is the Stars are not going to have the luxury of maybe running all their lines right now. They're going to have to go with the top 2 lines to try to get back into this. Bombers, meanwhile, can run all 4 of their lines and try to keep fresh guys out there.
Right.
And the key is going to be changing the lines efficiently and making sure you're not getting trapped because you've been out there too long.
Right.
Winston Pappas with the puck. Pappas with a little move. He manages to put one weakly on net. Pappas again, and that one goes up and over Jake Archer.
You know, it seems like the clock starts running faster when you've got, you got a lead and you start getting pressure. The clock just seems to be going a little bit quicker now. When the Stars had the momentum, it was, the time was dragging.
Federo with it in the corner, along with Justin Lopez, and the Stars come out with it. Streets wraps it around to Frey. Frey trying to work it along the boards and unable to get it out, though. Kept in by Langlois. Shot on net, and Archer made a save. Stars do manage to clear the zone now, and Frey leaves it for Rick Merlo. Merlo steps over the blue line, and his little move that he made there, and we had a penalty behind the play. The penalty to Josh Streets behind the play. The Streets.
Well, 8:48, but we were sitting on a 3-goal lead with 4 minutes to go last week.
And they're 3 for 3 on the power play.
Yeah, this could be huge for the Bombers right now.
3 for 3 on the power play, their 4th power play of the night. They're 2 for 3, I guess. The last one they scored just after.
Yeah, immediately after. And that's another common thing, that's a dangerous time immediately at the end of a period, or at the end of a penalty, excuse me.
The Bombers looking to try to continue their pressure and their domination, I should say, of the Stars zone, which is really what the case has been tonight. Bombers have done a good job of dominating the other end of the ice.
And there's another one. Great puck movement. They set up, they spread out, force the Stars into their box, and Adam Mazzola cut in underneath, and the play's made.
Mazzola, the recipient of a nice little gimme, did a good job to cut in.
It's amazing. The harder you work, how lucky you get.
I believe it was Rennie Ford that was in the corner that set him up. But definitely.
Yeah. Great puck movement. The Bombers were just completely spread out, set up, and that forces the Stars to play that 4-man box. And when that happens, good quick puck movement, go into the open zone, and that's what Adam Mazzola did. Cut in front, the puck came to him, and he slams it home.
Special teams, extremely important tonight for the Bombers, as they scored 3 goals on power plays now, 1 just shortly after a power play, and another one shorthanded. We're going to have a penalty coming up to the Bombers now.
Penalty or not,
just knocked down with a high stick.
Yeah, knocked down with a high stick. Then the Stars come right back with pressure.
7:49 remain. The Bombers restore the 5-goal lead, 7-2. Ryan waved out of the face-off circle for Pappas. That was Frank Federo waved out of the face-off circle. The Bombers send it the length of the ice. We'll have icing. Steve Hackman touches up for the Stars. So that only knocks a few seconds off the clock. We have 7:37 remaining.
Now you wonder at what point Coach Boileau's actually going to relax.
I would say at about the buzzer. I think as a coach, you're never quite satisfied with your lead. You're never 100% comfortable with your lead. So Rod Johnson for the Stars just bangs it in behind the net. And the Bombers coming back the other way. Frank Federo again. Federo putting on some moves. Johnson doing a good job to stay with him. Koya Schneider had a goal tonight. Johnson tied up by Federo. Federo returning the favor for Johnson, and Johnson gets dumped by Brian Senek.
Yeah, Big Brian not going to let too many people take liberties with Frank. Winston Pappas, some nice, good pressure down there, keeping things going, keeping the puck down there.
Stars knock it down the ice to his own zone, and he sends it out long into the Stars zone, and the Bombers complete a line change. 6:30 now remaining in the third. Kyle DiMaggio with it for the Bombers. He circles on his own goal line, sends it long to Derek Watkins, who loses it at the blue line, but Adam Wuzzola picks it up, knocked off his stick by Pat Ganzik. Wuzzola with it in the corner. Derek Watkins now with it behind the net. Wuzzola dumped at the side of the net. Stars look to try to send it out long. They can't get it through. Kyle DiMaggio fires a shot wide back at the Stars net.
Now, Kyle's one of the key players that the Bombers were counting on early in the year as one of the key returning players. Of course, he come back from some major shoulder problems, and he's taken him a while to get back in shape, but his improved play this last week has been a big plus for the Bombers.
The Bombers knock it out to the neutral zone. The Stars with it. Mike Crowley back into his own zone, plays it off the boards. Streets unable to get it out. Fisher with it now. Fisher sends it behind his net. The other side of the ice to Brett Stevens. Stevens with it back to Streets. Streets to Jay St. John. Jay St. John over the other side of the ice. Dustin Fisher and the Stars definitely having trouble. Bombers doing a great job of tying them up and keeping pressure on them in their own zone. Less than 5 minutes now in the third. And that 5-goal lead is looming huge against the Stars. Fisher with it. Kept in though by Sam Dismuke, took it away in the corner. And Sam loses it. Fisher back the other way. Fisher sends it to Brett Stevens. Stevens taken down as he tried cutting through the slot.
You know, last Sunday, even when the Bombers were up 6-3, didn't feel comfortable because the Stars had pretty much scored, you know, they'd scored some pretty weak goals, and just didn't have that secure feeling that you could shut them out the rest of the way. They got a goal with 4 minutes to go. The Bombers took a penalty, gave up another goal, then got the one late to tie. But you don't get that feeling today. You see they're continuing to get in the pressure. They're still putting pressure on in the offensive zone, in the Stars' defensive end. Much, much better team effort from the goal right on out.
And Steve Tallman having a little conversation with the Stars bench, and the box door is open, so it looks like there's a penalty coming up to the Stars. Coach Joe Smaza having a little conversation with Steve Tallman. Slashing's the call. 4:37 remaining. And if this is a penalty to the Stars, as it looks, and it is, Rod Johnson.
Ooh, a 5-minute.
Going into the box, a major. They will be shorthanded the rest of the game.
And regardless of how many times the Bombers score, and with the power play the way it's been tonight, this could be a chance for some boys to pad their stats here.
Yeah, when things are bad, things are bad. Sometimes you're the stick and sometimes you're the puck. The Stars right now not feeling like the stick.
You know, Rod Johnson picking up another penalty on his way out.
This is penalty number 21, Rod Johnson. 5 minute danger for slashing and a gameless matchup.
So a 5-minute major for slashing and a game misconduct for Rod Johnson. The Bombers. Stars now with it. Jared Frey cuts right in. He tried to set up Justin Lopez, who actually wound up a little out of position. So the Bombers just need to take advantage of this power play and keep the pressure going the other way. And here they come. Nate Jakubowski wraps it around. Aaron Jakubowski cutting in.
Whoa.
Stars play it off the glass, but Chris Marasco keeps it in. Marasco to Nate. Nate Jakubowski scores! Slap shot from the top of the circle. And Nate Jakubowski scores another power play goal for the Bombers. Their 4th power play goal tonight. 4 for 5 tonight, the Bombers are in the power play.
And another star player going to get an early shower. Josh Street's heading for the locker room.
8-2 now, the score.
Well, season high in goals for the Bombers tonight. Starting to see the frustration in the play of the Stars.
6-goal lead with 3:37 remaining. It's definitely not over, but the fat lady has started tuning up. The Stars with it now, Rick Merlo. Merlo skating the puck over the blue line. Austin Weskus gloves it off.
Assist to number 21, Chris Marasco. At number 12, Aaron Jakubowski.
So Marasco and Aaron Jakubowski pick up the assist on Nate Jakubowski's goal.
Michigan, number 14, Josh Lloyd. Last penalty at 16-23.
Jake Archer gloves the puck at the side of the net, holds on for the face-off. .309 remaining in the game. The Bombers on a power play for the remainder. Oh, and a nice save by Archer. There it is.
Rennie Ford.
Archer caught leaning a little bit the other way after the save. And Rennie Ford taking advantage of it, firing into the short upper corner. And the Bombers with a 9-2 lead now.
I think the Bombers getting rid of a little frustration as well. They played the Stars 3 times this season, and every game it felt as if they should have won the game. But just defensive breakdowns or whatever, didn't get the goaltending. They haven't been able to make that happen tonight. They are putting together 60 minutes of hockey. For 57 minutes of this game, the Bombers have totally, not just led the game, they have totally dominated the Stars tonight.
They're breaking out in a big way. Breaking out of that slump in a huge way right now. Aaron Jakubowski with it. Aaron skating over the blue line.
And after last Sunday's debacle and giving up that 3-goal lead in the last 4 minutes, you know, I talked to Coach Boylo on the way back, and it's, because, you know, we're going to learn more about the team from that game than we would all season long. We're either going to they're either going to quit or they're going to really put it together. Right now, it looks like they're putting it together.
Veppy looking for the hat trick there.
Yeah.
He's denied, though.
You can see Lucas becoming more comfortable in the North American system.
The biggest lead the Bombers have had all year, their highest score they've had all year, and they're without a doubt the best game that they've played all year.
Absolutely.
They have strung together a near full 60 minutes of solid play tonight.
It's virtually impossible to dominate someone for 60 minutes, but we've definitely done it for 57 minutes tonight, at least.
Frank Federo with it. Frank skating all the way in, trying to get around. The Stars defenseman unable to do so. The Stars. Whoa! That's a heavy net to come down on somebody.
Woo! That couldn't have fallen any more perfect.
No, definitely.
Right around the two of them.
Jakubowski knocked into the net by Steve Hackman. Hackman being very physical in his own zone right now.
Yeah, a little frustration, I'm sure.
Ask not who for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
Yeah.
Minute 37 remains. And the Bombers hold a commanding 9-2 lead. It's not a question of a W or an L right now. It's a question of how much you win by.
Right.
Greg Pellegrin taking it for the Stars, doing a good job working through a couple of Bombers. And the Stars get a couple of shots on West, and he stops them both. Minute 10 now. And Derek Watkins sets up Wazzola. Wazzola looks for his second of the night. Wazzola denied by Jake Archer. So we hope to see you down soon for a Bombers game. This is what you can expect to see when you come.
Yeah.
Fast-paced, exciting action both ways. Remember to check out the Bombers website at www.brownstownbombers.com for the schedule and all the information on the team. Langlois with a long shot, and Archer uses his stick to deflect that one up high into the corner. And the Stars trying to come back the other way, gloved off by Koya Schneider. Running Ford with it now. Ford just takes it back into his own zone. Ford just looking to try to set up, kill a little bit of time and set up.
You know, Coach Boileau's got to be happy with not just getting a victory tonight, but with the way that the Bombers are finishing it off. This is the first time this season that they have really played all the way through to the end of the game, other than the one win in Toledo. But good pressure.
Archer,
we're down to just
tested.
19 seconds.
Archer being tested in the final seconds. And you're right, they're not backing into this win, and that would have been the easy thing to do. With a 4-5 goal lead as you got into the last half of the game, a lot of teams decide to settle in, and it's just, well, we don't need to score. Let's just don't let them score.
Right.
And that's a bad mindset to get into a lot of times.
And that's what cost them last week, as they got a little too conservative and didn't try to push the lead tonight. It's let's go get some more goals. An excellent effort from the Bombers.
Just a fantastic effort. And we have, as we wrap up this game, the Bombers with 4 third-period goals, the Stars with 1, and the Bombers pull off a 9-2 win. A much-needed win for the Bombers. That helps them in the standings as they move into a tie with the Traverse City Enforcers. So, from the Icebox Sports Center, I'm Larry Nader, along with Mark McKenzie. And that's going to do it for tonight. We hope to see you here at the Icebox soon.